everybody, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically for that part of my channel where we talk about real life issues, real life issues. So without further ado, today's video I'm just going to be sharing with you mums out there, or mums to be, all right, what I did in the healing process. Now I had, not to be gruesome, but I had vagina birth like for both my children. So this is what basically the process of my healing was like. Like what I did basically for the process of my healing after giving birth to my daughter and also after giving birth to my son. I learned these things after that. Now when you give vaginal birth, sometimes you have tears, sometimes you have grazes. Now I had graze with my daughter, but with my son I didn't have a graze or anything at all. However, I still did the process that I had to do to heal and everything. And this is something that is done in the Ghanaian, Ghanaian families, basically, like for the women. So I learned that with my daughter. This is the one tradition, the one Ghanaian tradition that I don't mind following. Because there's some other things that they'll like tell you to do when you have children, when you give birth, and I'm like, no, I'm not in for it. Like for example, they'll tell you to stay at home like for 3 months, like you can't go out with your baby or anything like that, so you have to stay at home with your baby like for 3 months in the house. Like no. I need to go out. I need to, of course, depending on your health, like the first probably couple of days or the first week, you might want to just stay at home. But it gets difficult, especially in the UK, when you have no house help or anything like that. Well, you can get a babysitter, but we don't have house helps like that. So it's difficult when you give birth and you want to follow those kind of traditions. I don't get it. For me personally, I'm Ugandan. I've never seen like Ugandan women, like especially in my culture, them following crazy, cultural routines, like staying at home after you've given birth for like a very long time, like for 3 months. No, I've never seen that one yet. So, but let me know in the comment section if it, like some of your traditions, like things that you have to follow when you've given birth to your children. Let me know, ladies, in the comment section, or even guys, let me know in the comment section. But without further ado, let us get into it. So the first things first, when you give birth, you are meant to tie your belly. Now this is a towel, but this towel is very soft. It's a beach towel. It's very soft. But if you don't have a towel like this and you have maybe you have Ankara cloth, that kind of material, or a scarf, but I find that scarves, they're very flimsy. Like this kind of material I find it too flimsy, because it'll create a bulk around you and you don't really want to do that. So you want something firm like that. And then you just tie your mid section. Let me push camera back a bit. So this part, so from here to here, and you make sure that it's properly lined like that. Now this, you need a bit of help with this, but and you tie it better like if you had someone to help you, but literally that, and tie it on, and then you keep this on like all day if you can, but if not all day, then half of the day, and you can do it over your clothes or under your clothes, just like under your vest. Yeah, your clothes or over. Normally they do it over your clothes, but that's how you do it, and this is to help the muscles of your tummy literally firm up and go in, like helps your tummy to go in. Okay, so you can't do this though if you have had CS. You can't do this. Okay, if you've had CS, this is not for CS. Okay, because I've had a woman ask me before, like, if you can do it when you've had CS. No, don't do that, because the wound. Okay, it's not safe for you to do that. But if you had vaginal birth, you can do that. You can do this from like day one. Okay, so that. Now, apart from that, because as you're bending down, like you bend down to maybe pick up something, pick up your baby, because you're not going to be doing a lot of bending actually when you've just given birth. It's not advisable to do a lot of like heavy lifting or anything like that, but you'll be bending down maybe to pick up something, to pick up your baby, put down your baby, and all of that. Okay, now that will help you to like exercise your tummy. Okay, so because you can't work out straight away after you've given birth either, whether it's any kind of way that you've given birth, you can't do exercise until your doctor gives you the go ahead, okay, to what's it called, to actually start working out. So that is that. So you do this for like the first 3 to 6 months of giving birth. You do that for 3 to 6 months. Okay. And the next one, while you're doing that, like during your bath time, okay, so I'm gonna show you your bath time, what you're normally expected to do. Now, before you have a bath, you have to do this process. Now, this process is basically to heal you down below, okay? If you had grazes, if you had tears or anything like that, it's for that purpose, okay? So you boil hot water, okay? Now, normally the bucket is bigger than this, okay? But you would boil water and like 3-4 kettles of water, and and then you'd cover it. You'd cover it again with a towel. Okay, with a towel. If you don't have a towel, you can use a cloth, but it's not very, very thick cloth and not very thin cloth either. But a cotton cloth is good, or like a towel like this is good, just because you don't want too much heat. but you want enough heat. Okay, so I'm not going to put water in there, but you get the point. Okay, this is for illustration purpose. So let me put the camera down a bit. Okay. Then you'd also have like a big cloth, a big sheet, bed sheet basically. Okay, again, cotton preferably, and you wrap yourself, your entire self, and then you'd sit on the bucket. Okay, you'd sit on the bucket and literally you sit like for at least 20 minutes. Okay, but if you don't have 20 minutes of sitting down, you can do like 10-15 minutes. You'll be fine. You just sit, and this will help you to sweat and also heal, because when you've given, like during your pregnancy, you put on weight and all of that, but also water, you have a lot of like water in your body, like swelling and all of that, your feet and all of that stuff. Basically you have swelling, and that sweating helps the toxins in your body like be released and all of that as well. Okay, that's why you cover your entire body and it'll make you sweat, and then you go and bath. Okay, so this is what you do before you go to have a bath. All right, but make sure that you have everything ready, because once you finish, like from sitting here, you will just need to go and wash quickly. Okay, because while you're sitting here, I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes you're going to feel like doing a wee. Just do that, because especially when you've had a grace, sometimes the pain of going to wee makes you tense. Okay, but when you're sitting on the hot water bucket, it will like basically help you to relax and you release, so then you just wee. Okay, so this would help you every time you need to, every time you're going to have a bath. So you can do it in the evening, you can do it twice if you having a bath twice, like in the morning and in the evening, or you can just do it in the in the night time when your baby's sleeping, of course. It's easier, because I know sometimes morning your baby might just be crying or needing you or stuff like that, so you might not have that much time, unless of course you have help. Okay, to help you with baby and stuff like that. So you do that. Okay, now you make sure that you wash everything, of course. After you've used it, you wash everything and you use a fresh one every time you are going to bath. Okay, so let me bring the camera up. So, and then let me bring it closer. That bucket is strong, you know. I didn't know it could hold my weight, but it's strong. That's the bucket that I used to store my children's, what's it called? My children's bath stuff when they were born. And it's lasted like, this is no, that's my son's one. My daughter's one, what's it called? Got lost. Well, we got rid of it. But yeah, I normally use those ones. So then of course, when you're going to bath, you need your towel, you need either your sponge, like there's a specific Ghanaian sponge, but I don't have that anymore. But it's like a basically like a plastic wire, a plastic thing, mesh, okay, that you use, and it's quite good. That's what they normally have, and I used to have that, but I don't have it anymore. So I use mittens or flannel. Okay, mittens. These mittens are like for exfoliating your body, like because your body sometimes you get like a lot of like rough skin. Yeah, so if you scratch your skin or you do or you have maybe dirt like on your skin, basically you need a body scrub, and you don't have a body scrub, you can just use that to exfoliate your skin. So that's what I use. Okay, so I got a pair of them. Okay, so yeah, use this with your soap, but also you can just use your flannel, by the way, or whatever you use to scrub your body with soap when you go to bath. But after you've scrubbed down yourself with soap and all of that, you cut a lemon. Okay, you cut. Okay, I'm gonna use this again for illustration purpose. But basically, you cut this lemon and you just rub it under your armpits. Okay, you rub it under your armpits, and then you wash yourself down. Okay, you wash yourself down normally the way you normally wash. Okay, you wash your entire body. Okay, now this is to take away the smell under your armpits. Okay, because like I said, when you've, let me put this. Because when you give birth, like you sweat a lot and you have this body odor, like all these toxins that was in your body, like they're coming out, like, so it gives you that funny birth smell, like that mom smell that you don't want to have, because you sweat. Not only will you sweat, but when you're breastfeeding, milk, all that milk smell and all of that, you want clean afterwards, so you do that. Okay, and then after your bath, you see this is calamine lotion. This is something that I learned after my son. I was told. Now when you have deodorant, sometimes certain deodorants will not work properly. You oversweat it and you still smell. So to avoid that, instead of using deodorant, this is for the process, like after you've given birth. Okay, like you do this for like 3 months or 2 months. Okay, like you do a whole bottle, and after that you should be good. Now you do this under your arms and also around your thighs, because again, you may have put on weight, you sweat and all of that stuff, and you don't want to be having that smell. So that would help you to get rid of that smell. Okay, to keep you dry so you're not having that smell. Okay, this is after you've had a bath, and this is what it looks like. By the way, none of this is a waste because I'm going to use it anyway. I'll just keep it in my bathroom. So it's like this basically. Okay, and it dries white. it dries white. Okay, so don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it will dry white under your skin and around your thighs. It will dry white. Okay, so you don't put any inside anything, or it's just under your arms and around your thigh. Your thigh. Okay, literally your thigh. Not your privates. No, don't do that. Okay, just your thigh, in between your, like around your thigh, your inner thigh, to help you keep dry. Okay, that's what you do once you've had a bath. So you can do that in your morning bath time and your evening bath time. Literally, it will stay all day and through the night as well. Okay, so that really, really, really helped me. And then lastly, this is when you're going to bed. This last bit is when you're going to bed. Okay, when you've had your bath, you are literally going to sleep. Okay, going to sleep. You put this on and you go to sleep. Okay, now obviously, what's it called? Once you have stopped bleeding, you should have stopped like bleeding after 3 days maximum. Three days like clear. You know, if 2-3 days like everything should be clear. So by the time, because I stayed in hospital for like 4 days, so by the time I got home, like my urine was clear and everything was clear, so I was able to do this. So once like your urine up to 2-3 days, like by it's like a few hours, like you should be clear. 2 days should be clear. Okay, because you shouldn't be bleeding for that long, you know, unless there's complications, which you should be in hospital for. But yeah, basically all you do, this is TCP. Okay, and the instructions are behind, but you take it out. You peel the back of it, okay? So it should be like that, okay? Now, it says do not use if you have an allergic skin condition or are sensitive to the active ingredient. So the ingredient in this is halogenated phenols and phenol, and it also contains glycerol, okay, concentrated phosphoric acid, as well as E104, which is quinoline yellow, and then water. So if you're allergic to any of those ingredients, yeah. And this is good for, apart from other things that it's good for cuts, grazes, bites, stings, okay? So that is why you'd use it, like what I'm gonna tell you to use, okay? So cuts and grazes, yeah? So if you've had vaginal birth and you have like cuts or grazes, this is really good for that, okay, to heal you, okay? But what you do is literally to get some cotton balls, 100% cotton, pure cotton, that's what you should get, okay? And you should get the balls, okay, preferably the balls. And again, this is not a waste. I'm gonna put it in my cupboard and use it, okay, as and when we need to use it. But if it's for you, when you're giving birth, it's you and you alone, okay? So you just dip. Like if the rest of your family need it, then they need to get their own bottle. So basically you coat the whole bowl like this, and you just insert it just not far into your vagina, but you insert it just a little bit. Like if you've worn tampon before, that's what it will feel like. Okay? So you should be able to take it out. Yeah? Without having to go to the hospital or anything. Okay. So don't insert it too far, but that's what you do. And this would help you like to heal, and also like any your vaginal area, like the wall or anything like that, it would help you to heal there. Okay, now you take this out every morning. Okay, you put it in the night when you're going to sleep, and then if you wake up in the middle of the night and you happen to go to the toilet to really, you know, and you need to do a fresh one, you can do a fresh one. Okay, but normally it's fine. If you sleep through the night, you wake up in the morning, you take it out, you have your bath, okay, and you do it again in the night when you're going to sleep. Not during the day because you're going to be too busy during the day walking up and down, and it might not be comfortable. You don't want to be dripping like this, dripping everywhere. Like you don't want that. So that's why you do it at night when you're sleeping, and you put your normal maternity pad on your knickers, and yeah, you put it on and you go, and it will not stain your bed or anything like that once you have your pad on. Okay, so that is basically that. What else? Yeah, so that is it, guys. That's all. That's the process, and I did that um for like a couple of weeks until the bottle finished, basically. And oh, I missed the thing that I missed is they had this tablet that you put in the water, but if you don't have that tablet, you can actually pour TCP in the water. Okay, when you're sitting down, okay, you pour that into the water and you'll be fine. And then finally, like last thing is basically painkillers. Okay, now it's good for you to have paracetamol or ibuprofen or Nurofen, anything with paracetamol in it, like painkiller in it. Okay, because obviously you're gonna have pain. Yeah, you're gonna have stomach cramps and all of that, especially when you're breastfeeding as well. You have like cramps, after birth cramps. Okay, so you're gonna need paracetamol in the house. I've got some just to show you. yeah, some paracetamol. You will need some. So they normally do like a variety. I got 16 tablets in this pack, but they normally do a variety. So they'll sell to you, I don't know, about 2 packs. That's, I think, maximum that they'll sell to you at one time, because they don't want like people overdosing and all of that stuff. So yeah, so that's what you will need. So that is it, guys. Let me know in the comment section if there's any kind of mum videos that you would like me to do. Ask your questions in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to respond to them in the comment section or do a video on it. Other than that, have a good day, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.